Happy Monday, stamping friends. This is Jenny from Celebrate the Journey, and it's time for a Facebook Live. Or if you're watching on YouTube, I appreciate you being here. We have lots of places we can check in with each other, don't we? So, and it's a bright, sunny day with no rain today, so we're really glad to have some summer sunshine. Now, in a couple weeks, we'll be saying we're tired of how hot it is, but right now it's just a lovely day. So I wanted to share a card with you today that I'm pretty sure I've probably made one like this before, but it's been a while, so I think we always need to go back to some tried and true card designs and maybe get refreshed on how we do things. I'm not going to give you the measurements for this card. They will be in my newsletter tomorrow. So if you're not, if you don't subscribe to my newsletter and you want these measurements, then go to the About part on my Facebook page or look in the description on YouTube and you can see where to sign up for my newsletter. And you'll get the PDF with the directions for this card. And so we're going to use this Stamped with Love set, which might not have caught your eye, but it caught my eye because I thought the letter and the ink pen were great, and this old-fashioned mailbox is pretty cool. Well, I'm glad you're getting some rain, Karen. We're not. It's about, I think, Saturday was the first day with no rain. And we had just a few drops yesterday, so that wasn't too bad. But this stamp set it has the stamps for you to stamp on the back of your card if you want people to know that you made this. So you would stamp that and then sign your name there. Or you can use it for the card, and that's what I'm going to do, is we're going to use it to make a card. I think this is funny. I like you, so you get a card. And that, anytime you can get a little snarky in there, I'm going to pick that. So here is one of the cards I made. And I think this is like a card on a card. It's really just a flat card, and then it has a small card on the front. And I did the little post, the mailbox. I had to fussy cut that, but that wasn't too hard. And then I put a message on the inside. This is from the Bottled Happiness, but it matches this stamp set perfectly, sending you a little message. So you could write a little message in there. Now, the bad thing is this card does not stand up unless you lean it on something, but that's okay. I probably need to add a little bling on here. I don't know. So now we're going to make a different card. This is the In Color DSP that has the, all the in colors in it with the same pattern. And it comes in 6x6. Well, there's a pack of paper called Delightfully Eclectic, and it has tons and tons of paper in it. It's like 48 sheets of paper, and it has this paper in it that I thought looked kind of like typewriter keys or something. So I thought that went well with the fact that we're sending a letter. It could be a keyboard. I don't know, kind of goes with it, in my opinion. So, and since that's what counts, isn't it? So we're going to start, let's see, with our basic white base. And then we're going to layer Berry Burst on here with the hopes I've measured correctly. I did. And then we're going to layer this on top just to give that little pop of Berry Burst behind there. And you'll notice this is Pretty Peacock. Don't those colors go together? So nice. Now, you know, right here mixed with these colors, it's kind of spring and summer. But you add some browns to this, and that's fall. I just think that's going to be a pretty combination for our fall cards also. Hi, Polly. Thanks for joining. And Cherie, thank you for popping in. I hope you've gotten over your trip. I bet you were tired. But you had a good time, and that's all that matters. And we'll layer that on there. Now the other side of this paper has these little hearts on it, and every once in a while there's a little pink heart. Apparently I didn't get very many in my when I cut it, so we're going to layer those on there for our little folded part. I hated, you know, it was real hard to not have this perfect with those letters cut out, but I just decided we could probably learn to live with that. Oop, I slid that right around, didn't I? I guess you have to be careful when you're rubbing. I hope it's not bad storms. I did read that there were some pretty bad storms over your way yesterday. Not necessarily in Georgia, though. And now our card that goes on the front here, our little mini card, we're going to layer that on here. These pieces will go on here. And that's why I chose to put Bubble Bath behind there, is because those few little pink hearts that are in this DSP. And it kind of gives it a nice soft look. Hi, Iris. Thanks for popping in. And now we can go ahead and layer this on here. I think because we're going to leave this, Tombow will work fine. But if you were doing this in a big hurry and you didn't want to let the Tombow dry, you could use tear and tape. I think Tombow will work just fine for this. Actually, what I'm going to do, I have a block here. I'm going to let that hold that down. And then we're going to do some stamping. So let's see, we're going to stamp that letter with postage, and we will stamp that in Memento. You know what, I need to see if this is big enough. We're going to cut this with the circle. Yeah, that is. Okay, and then we're going to stamp inside this sentiment that says, I like you. And we will stamp that with Pretty Peacock. Hope I can get that in there straight. That worked. And now I've got this sentiment that says, so you get a card. And we're going to want that to be in a circle, so we'll put it kind of up towards the top of the circle. And we'll do that with Pretty Peacock. And then there's this sweet little heart. Tiny little thing. It is. We're going to put it on our stamp. Better practice and see. Yeah. And I'm going to put one right there too. And now we'll run this through the cut and emboss machine. I'll have to do 2. Okay. I think that, yeah, that's going to look okay. And now we'll run this one through. That leaves enough room there for you to write your little message. This would be just the funniest little card to send to somebody you haven't seen in a while. Okay, I'll put that in my magnet tray so I don't lose it. Now we're going to do a little bit of coloring here with Bubble Bath, a little bit of Berry Burst, a little bit of gray for the tip of our pen. You could have done this as a rectangle. We don't have rectangles anymore, so these are so tight, which is a good thing. It keeps them from drying out. Sometimes it's hard on my hands. We're going to put a little pink around our postage stamp. You know, postage is going up in July. So I went online and ordered a bunch of new stamps, which is, so they'll be at the old price. But they'll, since they're forever stamps, you know, they last. So go ahead and invest in some stamps. They have Tommy DePiola, one of my favorite children's authors, and New Waterfalls and Endangered Animals. And those stamps are so shiny. They've got like embossing on them, and they're really cool. You know, you're right, Polly. I was looking at that paper earlier, and I thought, what am I going to do with it? Kind of like the same thing. What am I going to do with those pretzels? But guess what? We can get creative and make things, because we have that talent, don't we? So now we need a border to go around it, and we'll use Bubble Bath. And I'm going to go ahead and cut a bubble bath heart. And I'm going to cut this fine shimmer and berry burst. And I think I can cut all of that at the same time. We'll see if that works for us. I think all these little details are what makes our cards unique. This little heart is from the designer tags bundle. I had to look around and find a heart, which I'm sure a lot of us have hearts from other sets, but I needed small, and that was kind of cute. So, or you might have a heart punch. So that'll get layered on there. It's just a little bit of pink for us to see. Well, hi, Gay. Thanks for popping in. Haven't seen you in a while. Summer keeps us busy, doesn't it? Now, let's see what we need. We need our card back. It's been sitting over here getting dry. And we're ready to put this together. So, we will put that on there with dimensionals. So we only want dimensionals on this side. See if I can hold that down. Right about there. That gives us a starting. Whoops, it's moved a little bit, so. And one more. Now, you know, you always have room for embellishments and stuff on these cards, your cards, but I'm just going to let these little hearts be our embellishment today. Now, we've got to put this here, and we need to make sure it's in the right place. So I'm going to show you how to do that. It's like no fail. You're going to line that up. Make sure it's not peeking out. And then you're going to use repositionable tape. And you're going to close your card and pick that up. And now when you put your Tombow or your tape runner on there, you can close that down. And it's in the right place. Now you just rub that and the tape will go away. And now your little card's in the right place. Now let's put our little hearts on here. We need many dimensionals. And they're going to overlap, so we only want the dimensional on one side. On the left side here, my left side. And then we'll put a little dab of glue. Gosh, I'm trying to think, how can I put some Wink of Stella on here? I always do, but I guess not today. hold that down for just a minute. Could put a tiny little bit on that ink pen, but I don't think it's worth it. Probably wouldn't show. And a little bit of the glue here. I thought those would look cute, bringing that together with all the hearts. And there's our card. Card on a card. I guess that's what I'm going to call it. A mini card on a card. Now where's my other card that I shared with you? I guess I can't see it. It's probably right here in front of me. There it is. So this is the card I practiced on, and then this is the card with the hard to figure out paper. What do you think? But any two papers that you could have it all be the same paper, but using up my designer series paper is a good thing. So do you like this idea? These could be squares, they could be rectangles, the circles, ovals. If we don't own ovals, you know that new one we have that's a tag, that would look really cute to put a tag on the front and then make your little mini card. So sometimes you just need a little card to send somebody, tell them you love them. So here it is. Now remember, if you want the measurements for this, it will be in my newsletter tomorrow, and it'll have the measurements for all of the layers that you want to use. You don't have to use all the layers, but I'll put those in there. That's your choice to make it be your card. And thanks for joining me today. I will be back later this week. Bye.